and welcome back to Spekd. We got issue number 24. This is the second time I'll be opening this. I have kind of explained on a previous video that I lost the footage, so let's just do this again. Seeing that the delivery actually arrived. No problems, no foul. As you can see already, we have the introduction to the Redemptor Dreadnought, and this is over the first part of 2 issues. So the second issue has a second part, and I have actually already got that, which you can see there, which I forgot to show you in the video with number 25. So that's that sprue there. It's to complete the sprue. This is a small part on base, but that's okay. So let me get this opened up and we'll go through it. So we have the sprue there, as you can see, nice and clean. Clear, no damage, just checking it over, and that's just the first part. Predominantly looks okay. Don't know what this weird little bit is. That's just a bit of paper, no problems. Bases, wow, I picked it up the first go. So when it comes to bases, you could really appreciate the model size when you compare this base to others. You can see how big it is, but always use this as an opportunity to kind of like put something creative on there, to express yourself. A little bit creative artwork, it could do a lot for the model. You'll see in the issue 25 video what I did with my base. I put him on an alien planet, and I wanted to kind of convey that it was different to kind of other places. It hadn't yet been claimed by the Imperium, but you'll see that. Okay, so let's get to the magazine. Yes. Even though this is the second time I'm going through this, I'm still a little bit giggly. So we've got to learn about dreadnoughts. No, not that we have to. You know you want to know about this guy. I mean, like, look at it. Yeah. Joy. I'm going to get to rebuild it again. We're going to look at the Hell Brutes, which are the equivalent for the Chaos Space Marines. And we're looking at some new missions. So we're going to have our usual info, but we don't get our painting section in this one. The reason why we're not going to get painting section is because we haven't actually completed the Redemptor at this point. So, Dreadnoughts. You guys probably already know how much I love Dreadnoughts because I left up issue 25 for you to see. And just seeing them with different weaponry and armor, it's just the coolest. It's just the coolest. You know, that Space Marine's been fighting for hundreds of years, and then a wound takes him down and like, I'm not dying. Put me in a box with weaponry. Put me in a walking tank. And they just hit, as it says, heroes of legend. Enough said. In the Warhammer 40k universe, or in the game itself, in the 8th edition, there's a tactic called Wisdom of the Ancients, which allows you to re-roll ones. And I think that's awesome. It shows how long they've been around and how much fighting they've done, and they're just waiting for the next fight. They're just amazing. And I think this is the true front line of any kind of mission. You drop these guys in planetfall and they'll just sort everything out for you. As you can see there, they're going in with the troops. You have vulnerable dreadnoughts. They've been around for a long time. They know what they're doing. It's just they're more resistant. They're just more powerful. It's just the stuff. Then we have our Redemptors, and Redemptor Dreadnoughts are just, they're beautiful. I know. I'll just dial down a fanboy. Check out the artwork, it looks really nice. I mean, the only difference between the Redemptor and the standard Dreadnought is that the pilot of the Redemptor will burn out, and all you'll have left is the machine itself. It requires that much effort and takes up that much energy, and that burns out a Space Marine. So there's no way that a normal human will be able to pilot one of these. So Tony Stark, this is not Hulkbuster armor. We've got our weaponry there, and we have alternative. So you got the plasma variant, and you have the Onslaught Gatling cannon. That's awesome. This is the one I prefer. It's just brilliant for taking out infantry. And don't forget that. When it comes to weaponry, I know that we don't have the Icarus pod for this version, but you might be able to pick that up on eBay, or you know, you could always build one of those yourselves. As long as the person, your opponent you're playing, is okay with that, it should be fine. You can always just buy the kit, put that on, and with that kit comes that plasma gun. Is it worth it? When it comes to push fits, they're like £18 or so, or £20. I buy mine from Dark Sphere, so it's a lot cheaper versus buying it for Games Workshop. But if they want to send me free stuff, I mean, I'm not going to say no. Games Workshop. I have mentioned this before. When it comes to your weaponry, make sure you paint it slightly differently, and you'll see that with my Redemptor, just to make sure that I do use the weapons. And the Redemptor fist is something a lot of people tend to miss. The underslung weapons as well. But you can see here the war gear they have. So the Gatling cannon, plasma variant, the storm bolters, and the Fragstorm grenade launcher. Storm bolters just got buffed because of the rule of the bolter rule, bolter beta rule that got updated. So that means they can fire better at distance, considering it's a vehicle. We've got the small underslung Gatling cannon. So if you take the plasma variant, you can still take a Gatling cannon. It's not as powerful, but it doesn't fire as many shots. And there you go, there's the Icarus rocket pod. And I just think that overall, I'm going back to it. That just looks cool. It's a beast. I mean, that comes strolling up to you. You just bail out of your rust. That's it. You're done. It gets in close combat with you. You're finished. Right, Hellbrutes. These are the equivalent of Chaos Dreadnoughts. So these are people that might have been in their tactical armor or what have you, and tactical dreadnought armor, the little Terminators. You know how I like Terminators. There's a video about Terminators which should be there. There we press it. Right, okay. Open a separate tab. There we go. So with the Hellbrutes, they were probably in their tactical armor. It's been over time, they've been warped and they've expanded out, and they've ended up like this. And they're just brutal. Hence the name Hellbrutes. So here we can see the different variations for Khorne, for Slaanesh, for Tzeentch, and for Nurgle. So they're the Chaos Gods and the relation to them. We've got a little bit of information here. Bar Under Siege. Now, this is one of the first box sets that I actually bought, and it was Blood Angels versus the Tyranids, and it takes place on the planet in the Under Caverns, and it's an amazing battle, and it leads to bigger things, but I won't get too far into it. But that box set was amazing. So I actually have this character. His halo's come off though, but you know, another Terminator. Back here we have more information on the battle. There definitely wasn't Redemptors there at the time. We have our build. So this is straightforward, and because it's push fit, it is so easy and clean. You can let your little one build that and take time with them. It's fun. The pieces are so chunky that it's worth it. The only piece that's a little bit tricky is the front of the Gatling cannon. Other than that, everything's just straight there. So this is a map for mission, which is in the 25th issue, which speaks about it quite a bit. We've got a little bit more information on the Corvin infiltration, how to set up and how to play that mission. And these units, your Reavers, Poxwalkers, so it's like multiple missions. Talks about D3 there. I've always wondered why they haven't supplied like a D3 dice, you know, from Games Workshop. Sure they'll have fun doing that. Let's have a look. Mission briefing information. We're by Space Ninjas, or Reavers, I should call them. See, they look like ninjas. Now, if you're running out buying stuff and you're still new to Conquest and you haven't kind of like put down your money, there is a box set which has just come out or just about to be launched at this time, and it's called Shadow Spear. It contains Chaos Space Marines and it contains some Ultramarines, but you can repaint those Ultramarines as you choose. So it's Black Legion versus Ultramarines. And then a lot of Reaver type characters and a lot of kind of stealth characters. It's the Vanguard Primaris. So there's like Sniper Scouts and there's lots of different things. So if you're kind of into that stealthy kind of Metal Gear Solid approach, then that might be a box set for you to start with. Even the Librarian has like stealth camo cloak on it and everything. So the exfiltration. So this is the escaping mission by the looks of it. Yeah. And there you go. So that's for you to have a look at. Our closeout, our information, and then back on to issue number 25. So, as I said, I have already recorded this. This is already up. I did lose the footage, unfortunately. It is what it is. But I have re-recorded it. So I'm sorry I don't have as much energy as the first time round. But it's there to complete the set. And I aim to make sure that we have all of these magazines. Okay? So if in future I do miss one, I will come back to it, even if not many people watch it. At the end of the day, I just want to have it there, you know, just for my collectors OCD and for others. So thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for watching. And if you are watching this, and I know you've been waiting for this long period of time, I really appreciate you being patient. So thank you. I can't thank you enough. So this has been Spekd. I've enjoyed this time, and I really do appreciate your time. And I'll try and get something for the 400th giveaway to kind of reflect that. So stick around, it will be coming up soon. Otherwise, have fun. PC